Hello dear students. Now we are going to discuss parenteral products. Unit 4 of Industrial Pharmacy 1 contains production procedure, production facilities and controls, aseptic processing. Product characteristics determine the provisions or facilities required in production area. So product characteristics means whether the sterile or non-sterile dosage form and the type of dosage form, either liquid dosage form, solid dosage form, like that. So this determines the provisions and facilities which should be provided in the production area. Liquids or solutions are typically made from concentrates which are sterile filter and then transferred to fill whole tank. So in the preparation of sterile liquid dosage forms, these liquid dosage forms are first prepared aseptically, and then after their preparation they are filtered either by membrane filtration or other suitable filtration method to maintain their sterility, and then transfer to a fill hole tank which is already sterile one. From this tank the solution is pumped directly to the filling equipment, or the actual filling tank is manually carried into the filling suite or towards the filling equipment with appropriate sanitization. Powder filling areas must be maintained at a relatively low humidity level to prevent moisture absorption, which may affect the flow properties through the filling equipment or sometimes the degradation due to the moisture. The ideal range of the relative humidity is near about 20% of the relative humidity should be maintained in the powder filling rooms. Too low relative humidity may cause electrostatic problems with the powder. Dust control systems are absolutely necessary and provision will be necessary for frequent cleaning of the systems. So to avoid the dust contamination in the formulation, there is need of dust control systems in the production area. Emulsion may require compounding areas close to filling lines to ease transfer problems. Pumping systems will be very critical, and overhead gravity feed to filling might be desirable. Suspensions will require a means of maintaining a homogeneous mixture prior to filling to get the uniform dose of the formulation. To minimize the time the suspension resides in the piping reservoir and pump system, filling rates should be kept high and the distance from compounding to filling should be minimized to avoid any settling of the suspension in the piping reservoir or in the pump system. So the filling rate should be maintained at high rate, and the distance from compounding to filling area should be less or minimized. Area planning. The design of the parenteral plant should be such that it will arrange and combine all the processes which are required for processing out the product in a logical manner, and this will be achieved only by area planning. So in case of parenteral preparations, there is need to maintain the sterility, there is need to maintain the desired particulate or to omit the particulate matter contamination into the formulation. So these all things can be achieved by area planning. Area planning is done by designing various processing areas which are adjacent or around to critical area in such a way that cleanliness is maintained. The goal of designer to group manufacturing operations in such a way that the flow of the people, product and components proceeds in the direction of successive steps of increasing cleanliness. The flow of waste materials and products must be thoroughly separated from the flow of clean personnel and product in order to prevent contamination. In addition, no two products may cross paths during the manufacturing operations. This control is achieved by the physical layout of the facility to achieve the required separation, as well as by the design of the HVAC system serving the plant. HVAC system means high ventilation air conditioning system, which is providing the air which is free from the particulate matter as well as with the desired relative humidity. So this figure represents the environmental control zones. So in area planning for the preparation of parental products, different zones are considered. So zone 1 is exterior, zone 2 is warehouse, zone 3 is general production area, zone 4 is clean area, zone 5 is weighing, mixing and transfer area, zone 6 is filling area, and zone 7 is also the filling area. So these are the critical areas. Current good manufacturing practice requires that the weighing, mixing or filling of large volume parenteral drug products and transfer operations shall be performed in specifically designed areas that shall meet the requirements for a controlled environment area. So current good manufacturing practice provides the design areas for the actual weighing, mixing or filling of large volume parenteral drug products and transfer operations, and these should meet the requirements for control environment area. Air overfilling areas and at microbiological testing sites shall have a per cubic foot particle count of not more than 100 in a size range of 0.5 micron and larger throughout the entire work area upstream of the work piece. From these environmental condition requirements emerge the first two of a series of cleanliness levels which provide together with the physical aspects of the facility successive barriers to product contamination. These barriers from environmental control zones as illustrated in figure which we just see in the last slides. So zone 1 is plant exterior. The environment within which the plant is located is the first environment control zone. Management actions to control zone 1 might include the maintenance of sterile areas around the facility where weeds, insects and rodents are controlled or should be eliminated. Zone 2, warehousing. The second environmental control zone provides minimal protection for materials and products. Zone 3, which is general production and administrative area. Openings into the area are well sealed. Openings into the area are usually well sealed and large enough only for essential material handling, equipment and personnel. Windows are either absent or should be seal closed. Insects crawling or flying and rodents must be absent and having been controlled in the general plant area. Airborne handling systems remove most airborne contamination in the visible range. Zone 4 is the clean area. Production areas immediately preceding or following a controlled environment area in the production flow are often controlled as an area intermediate between a general production area and a controlled environment area. Air filters of slightly lower efficiency than HEPA filters, high efficiency particulate air filters per given room area may be employed to control particulate contamination in the sub-visible range. Some attempt is usually made to reduce or control the base microbiological load. So air filters having slightly lower efficiency than a HEPA filter are also placed in the clean area, which helps to control the particulate contamination in the clean area and also reduce or control the microbiological flora. Zone 5 is weighing, mixing and transfer area. So air handling systems are equipped with high efficiency particulate air filters capable of removing 99.97% of all particles over 0.3 micrometer in size, and have temperature and humidity control. Microbiological load is highly controlled or eliminated, and special measures are taken to aid sanitation. Zone 6 is the filling area. It is the distinct zone of the control environment area for an aseptic filling process. It is usually the most highly controlled environment created by a structural barrier in a parenteral facility. Air handling system requirements are the same as for zone 5, but for aseptic filling, microbiological control is also specified. So zone 5 is clean area. So air handling system requirements are same as per the zone 5, means HEPA filters are also provided in the filling area, but along with this aseptic filling microbiological control is additionally specified in the zone 6, that is filling area. Zone 7, filling line. The walls of the filling area are the last physical barrier to the ingress of contamination, but within the filling area, a technique of contamination control known as laminar airflow may be considered as the last barrier to contamination. So filling line is equipped with the horizontal or vertical laminar airflow, and where positive pressure is also maintained to avoid any type of microbiological as well as particulate matter contamination. Clean in place systems. So these are widely utilized in the pharmaceutical industry to ensure that the equipment is free from both contaminants and from the previously processed batch. So contamination is not only due to the microorganisms or due to the particulate matter or dust, but it may be due to the previously processed batch, which may have the different active ingredient and excipients. These systems have traditionally been designed as recirculating systems, that is, the cleaning solution is reused for several applications. The main difference between the traditional systems and those used for biopharmaceutical manufacturing is the utilization of once through system, that is, cleaning solution is used only once and then discarded. So traditionally, cleaning solution was reused for several applications, but in such clean in place systems, the cleaning solution is used only once and then discarded. This type of system ensures that any living organisms and other biological contaminants are not circulated through the operating facility. The solution is used to clean a piece of equipment and then is directed to the bio-waste treatment system where any contaminants are destroyed prior to discharge. The type of cleaning solution for this system will depend on the products being manufactured and the materials remaining on the equipment and piping surfaces after the completion of manufacturing. Cleaning place systems may consist of fixed or portable units. A problem with portable units is one of numbers and transport. If there are only one or two units in the facility, they may not be dedicated to a specific operating area and therefore must be transported between areas. This is not a recommended practice since the system will have to be decontaminated prior to entry into the various operating areas. So, if the one or two equipment facility is there, this should not be transported between the areas. Multiple systems can be provided to overcome this problem, and the designer must weigh the cost and operating procedure of multiple portable systems as opposed to a fixed system which conveys the cleaning solution to the needed area by a way of piping distribution system. So multiple systems can be provided which overcome the problem of contamination, and the designer must weigh the cost and operating procedure of multiple portable systems as opposed to a fixed system. So both systems are acceptable, either multiple system or the one or two units facility. The choice usually depends on initial and operating cost as well as the individual preference of the operating unit, but the precaution should be taken that all the systems should be contamination free. While designing cleaning place system, following factors must be considered, that is time of cleaning solution, exposure to the system, to the equipment or to the piping, temperature of cleaning solution, degree of turbulence of cleaning and rinse, Solutions at the point of application, solution of cleaning agent concentration and characteristics of surface being clean. Second is steam in place sterilization. So steam in place sterilization or SIP is a procedure whereby the entire processing system can be sterilized as a single entity, thereby eliminating or reducing the need for aseptic conditions. Manufacturing tanks, filling lines, transfer lines, filtration systems, and water for injection systems are currently being cleaned in this manner. All low points in the system are initially open for complete elimination of air in the system. All condensate is removed as it forms to maintain sterilized condition. In SIP processes, it involves the introduction of the sterile gas, either air or nitrogen, into the system while the total system is under positive steam pressure. The system then must be purged of steam and condensate and maintained under a slight positive pressure 2 to 3 per square inch until ready for use. This may involve the addition of fittings or walls to the system to protect components and surfaces from microbial contamination until ready for use. The introduction of gas can also serve to dry the system prior to use, an issue of importance if the product to be introduced into the equipment is non-aqueous in nature. SIP is specialized from a form of CIP, that is steam in sterilization process is the specialized form of clean in place system. With steam in place clean system is used to provide heat sterilization and or decontamination to closed systems such as process tanks and transfer piping. If the system to be steam clean is likely to contain significant contamination material, or a manual or CIP process must precede SIP sterilization. Means cleaning process must be done first and then it is followed by the SIP steam in place sterilization. This is the process flow diagram. So steam in place and clean in place and area designing or area planning. After this, in actual process of production, it follows the this is the area design of that actual production procedure. Here is the storeroom, then preparation area is there, cleanup area is there, and then sterilization of the equipment or filling equipment or the containers, and then these are sterilized and then these are transferred to the aseptic filling area, and then quarantine area is there from where packaging and finishing is done, and finally it is shifted to the storage and shipping. Diagram of flow material is like this, that is the ingredients, vehicles and solutes. These are shifted to the control clean environment where compounding of product is done, then filtration of solutes, then processing equipment, these are clean and sterilized, container components are also clean and sterilized, and then all these sterile material means the formulation as well as the equipment and containers, they are transferred to the filling area which is the aseptic area, then sealing done, and then in clean area packaging is done, and then the products are stored. Integrated production line, here unit packaging is done, so then container washing, depyrogenation, and then filling, and then finally the terminal sterilization of the finished product. Then these are inspected and then packaged. So this is the integrated production line. Different type of production line. So here material is there, then filling area is provided, personal entry, then gowning procedure should be followed. Then here is the equipment is clean and sterile, and then fill, and finally we get the product. This is single filling area. Here the 2-room filling area is there. So material is provided, and here is the equipment preparation, means just we see in the last slide that the equipment and container are clean and sterile, and then these are transferred to the filling area. Then personal is there where the gowning area is also provided and we get the product. So 2-room filling area. This figure represents the HVAC system, that is heating, ventilation, air conditioning system. So outside air enters into the air handling unit, then it is filtered, then coils are provided here, heating or cooling coils are there. So based on the humidity of the air, so in the summer cooling coils are used, while in the in the winter or other seasons heating coils are used, and in this way the relative humidity of the air is maintained. Then the ventilation room is there, from where the air is transferred to the filling area. This figure represents the HVAC system more simply. So outside, outdoor and fresh air enters. So here pre-filters are provided, then preheat coil is there, cooling coil is there, reheat coil is there, then humidifier is there, and here is the supply air fan. So once the air is utilized, then it is returned with the air fan. Here is the filling area, from where the utilized air then enters into the uh, return air path, and it is either exhausted or returned to the mixing box. Then again filter, means air is circulated for reuse. So pre-filter and then HEPA filter is also provided with this system. So this is about the parenteral production facilities and aseptic processing flow diagram. Thank you.